Hey everybody, how are you? It is JD Temple here from the Light of the Darkness. Welcome everyone here tonight. Um, you've got a bird's eye view of Lilith's altar here. Um, I've got a ritual with her tonight, as well as a few others. I'm going to actually give you guys a rundown of all of the things that I have going on right now that I've been working on that I need to do and finish up. It's quite an extensive list. Before I get into that, I just wanted to welcome any new viewers to the channel. Please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. We've got a terrific, really amazing, absolutely amazing group of soul family members here from the Light of the Darkness channel. You know, talk to them, get to know them. Everyone here is a wealth of knowledge, and we can all learn from each other, and that's what's so beautiful about this. You know, I've learned so much from everyone, and everyone has something to offer. Never forget that. You know, you can really learn a lot of things in some of the I wouldn't say the least likely of places, but maybe sometimes in unexpected places, right? Want to say welcome to any of the new channel members. There will be a lot more members only content coming out soon. I really appreciate everybody that is a channel member so far, especially since I have not been able to put as much content as I have wanted to up on the members only part of the channel, but more of that is coming. I want to say hi to everyone that's here. I'm using my phone, so I'm not able to see the chat as good. But you know, welcome everyone. I can see it sometimes. I see Cora. Hey Cora. Hey, new person here. What's up? And welcome. And you know, everybody, welcome Cora if you would. That would be great. You know, I've got you know, some things to get into tonight. I've got a lot of ritual work to do, but I just wanted to hop on with you guys first and talk about a few things that have been on my mind. Um, Before I get into that, you know, some of the things that were stressing me out is that I was under the weather there again for a while, and it really put me behind in my ritual work. And as a result of that, you know, right now, a running list, I've got a protection amulet to imbue. I've got an incubus binding, 2 curse removals, 2 return to senders, 2 Metalink rituals with La Santa Muerte, a protection ritual with La Santa Muerte, a home cleansing and blessing ritual, a Make Me Beautiful ritual. That's some glamour magic, which also affects and changes the vibration and energy of your aura. It's very powerful. I've got a third eye opening ritual. I don't know if I mentioned that one already. We've got, what else do we got here? Geez. Oh, yes, and then also a pact with Satan. That one I'll be saving for very last. That one's going to take a tremendous amount of effort, time, and energy. So, you know, I've got a lot going on. So needless to say, by this time next week, I will be certainly caught up and available to take care of the rituals for people. I can certainly help you right now. You know, we can certainly talk about whatever it is that you need, which we always do anyhow. There's typically always a consultation included before any ritual that you would, you know, purchase from me and work together with me on. And then we schedule a date to perform the rite. There's certain things that I ask you to do prior to that. And then, of course, you know, all workings include, you know, video evidence of the working, pictures of the working, and then anything that I might need to email you instruction-wise or implement-wise. If I need to mail you things, then I mail you things too. I saw a quick video earlier today by another content creator, and it just reminded me of something, you know, and this is something that I've talked about in the past. And this is something that is, to me, very important. And it's something to keep in mind just in your everyday life, in dealing with life and dealing with people. Okay, so remember that your conscience, your own conscience is the authentic voice of God. So I feel that it's imperative that you mind that, right? That you listen to that. You listen to your gut, you listen to your conscience. If you're doing things, whatever it is, that goes against your conscience, that goes against the authentic voice of God, you are going to pay a price for it from the universe. And that can look like a lot of different things. It can show up and manifest in all different types of fucking ways. Um, and so make sure that you conduct yourself in a way where you don't have a dirty conscience, where you're not stacking bullshit in there and carrying it around and doing it again and again and again. And this, this is lying, cheating, stealing. I don't care if you believe that you've conditioned yourself to not feel bad about it. Subconsciously, most likely you do, and it's still going to affect you. So you can lie to yourself all you want to, but deep down, you know when you're doing something right and when you're doing something wrong. And that's why it's really important not to do things that you feel are wrong, things that you feel are not fair, things that you feel are not just, because it hurts you a whole lot more than whatever benefit you may have gotten from telling that lie, whatever benefit you may have received from cheating, whatever benefit you may have received from stealing a certain thing or hurting a person when you knew it was wrong. You've got to conduct yourself and listen to your conscience. Mind your conscience, listen to that authentic voice of God. Very, very important. It really is. One other element, a very important element really, in black magic, in witchcraft, and really in healing yourself, body, mind, and spirit, energetic cords are super, super important to think about, to work with, to implement the cutting of those when necessary. And speaking of cutting cords, I was talking to Mothra about this the other day, and she was talking about strengthening cords, strengthening those connections between you and other people. And she does have a new ritual that she's going to be putting out that does that specifically. We'll be talking about that when her and I go live again later this week. We will be picking a regular live evening that we're going to be doing every week, either together or I may be alone sometimes, just depending on what's going on. But that will be happening. So we'll be letting you know on that date. That's, I've been trying to establish it for 6 to 8 months, but things have just been really hectic and I've just kind of been all over the place. Lucifer has finally revealed things to me as far as what was truly plaguing me and ailing me, causing me to feel so horrible all the time, not understanding why, for so damn long. And I can't underemphasize the power of shadow work and how important shadow work is. And, a lot of people have, I guess, differing views and opinions on what their definition of shadow work is or what they view shadow work to be. I know for like the longest time, I always looked at shadow work like as being like things that you were repressing, that you were either too afraid to express or present in life because of fear of judgment or other things of that nature, just things that you were repressing, things that you were hiding from the world that maybe you were afraid to admit to, things of that nature. But it's not really just things that like you were repressing willingly. It's also things that you are repressing that you're not aware of. And like that is really the most important part of it that I have found, because there's a lot of things inside of you, probably a few major ones, that could really quite possibly be dictating how you live your life, your quality of life, your quality of your health, the quality of your happiness, how you relate to other people, how your interrelation, how you deal with people in relationships. Like, there are so many things that that repressed shadow issues will cause. And for a lot of people, so many people nowadays have depression, and so many people are just taking pills for it. And they're not really ever getting to the root cause of like why this is happening to them, why they feel this way, why their relationships are so crazy and turbulent and suffering, why they can't relate to other people, on and on and on and on. And I'm talking about people that, that do not have any types of challenges or impairments that would prevent them from having decent relationships. These are people that for the most part ought to be functioning in life in a way, where they're well adjusted and happy, for the most part. Someone that wouldn't be considered to be depressed or having anxiety, things of that nature. A lot of it is not chemical imbalances that need to be corrected with pills. A lot of it is energetic issues caused by carrying around trauma for however long you've been carrying it around. But it's not only that, it also has to do with the energetic cords that you have created with past lovers, family members, friends, especially if you have unresolved issues with people that you love. I'm talking about family, I'm talking about friends, I'm talking about where maybe things had happened where there really wasn't any type of malice or deliberate action taken against you in a nefarious way, but maybe things just went not in the way that they should have. And no one has talked about it. And maybe the two of you even lost touch for years and years. But it never changed that you love and care about each other, right? And you've got this cord that's created between the two of you. One party is thinking that the one hates them, and the other party is thinking that that one hates them too. And they let years and years and years go by, and they don't talk to each other. And they both are thinking the same thing about the other one. Both of them feel like shit. Both of them are depressed. Both of them are going through hell. They're sharing an energetic cord that is going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, perpetuating that energy, strengthening that energy. Now, you could say, like, well, why don't you just do a cord cutting? You can do a cord cutting if you want to do that with someone that you still love and care about. If you really want to cut that cord and just cut everything out, the good and the bad, everything else that you experienced, all the beautiful things, if you want to do that, go for it. But the best thing to do in a case like that, if it's a person that you want to continue to have a relationship with, but you just had unresolved differences, that's where communication and forgiveness and reconciliation come in, as well as a ritual to strengthen that cord and that bond between the two of you. Now, if it's someone that you don't ever want to deal with ever again, maybe they hurt you badly, maybe they're an ex-lover, whatever the case may be. It's not that you want to hurt these people, but you want to sever that connection with them, right? You don't want to be thinking about them. You don't want to be feeling any type of energy from them anymore ever again. You want to cut those cords and cauterize them and make sure that those connections will never ever be established again unless it is a deliberate thing that you decide to do in the future. Then you can start over. So, when it comes to energetic cords, this is really the, to me, like it's really kind of like the source of everything, right? You can send good energy with those cords. You can send some pretty funky energy with those cords too. So while you can use these energetic cords to heal other people, to send loving thoughts to other people, you can use these thoughts to manipulate their thoughts. You can use these cords to manipulate their thoughts. You can use these cords to send bad energy if that's what you really need and want to do. These energetic cords are extremely versatile. You can really do what you want to do with them. And I've come to, through all the shadow work and the integration that I've been doing, and just so everybody knows, I'm feeling so, I feel like a new person. I really fucking do. And the fact that I'm still at a starting point, but I'm feeling so much better is great. It's I've come to realize through this very intensive, deep shadow work that I've been doing I that the source of my problems are that I fucking hate myself. That I fucking hate myself, man. And I know that you have heard people talk about, and even me talk about before too, about how it is so important to love yourself. But like saying it and actually believing it and then taking action based on actually loving yourself is like two different things. Like I was really taking a look at how overwhelming the depression was and how it really made me not take care of myself in any way. I was doing everything that I could to prove otherwise. Everything that I was doing in life showed how much I hated myself. Every relationship in my life was so in such disarray, and I was certainly pointing the fingers at everyone else and thinking that it had nothing to do with me for the most part, never realizing that like when you hate yourself, when you truly do, everything in your life suffers. Everything suffers. And it's not just you that suffers, it's every person in your fucking life that suffers. And it's something that like I really need to fucking work on. And it was something that I had no idea about. Like, you know, I mean, I knew that I didn't quite think as highly of myself as I should, but I didn't realize that it was like literally at the point of hatred, and the effect that was having on me. Like hating myself gave me insane anxiety every day. Hating myself made me so depressed that I could not even fucking function in life. Hating myself made me treat everyone else in my life like shit, and also made me think all the time that they hated me too. And it wasn't them that hated me, it was me that hated me. And when you have these types of profound self-realizations, when you become like, you have that self-actualization and realization, like it is really hard to deal with too. So I'm not saying that like once you've done this shadow work and you're starting to feel some relief, that there's not still going to be challenges involved, because there is. Because once you come face to face with yourself and you actually see and you have the courage to really see who you are, it's a tough one, because it's not always going to be beautiful and pretty. You're going to see a lot of the things about yourself that deep down but it hasn't been brought up to the surface yet for you to really be conscious of it yet. And when it hits you like a freight train. You start and begin to see like all of the pain and the trouble and the chaos that you have caused in life. Um, Especially when you believed for so long that it was not any of your doing or responsibility. And like once you realize how responsible you actually are, it's a lot to handle. Um, and it can certainly cause anxiety to come back, and you'll have to deal with that even more too. So, like when just expect when you're doing this deep shadow work that some things are going to pop up. Some very intense emotions are going to be purging from your body, from your energetic system, your nervous system. You may tremble, you may shake. Um, you're going to do a lot of crying. Um, you're going to want to start to make things right as quickly as you can. Um, Especially if you've been going down a bad road for a long time. And when you're going down that bad road, you just don't know when you just don't know. These things hide in the shadows within you. And there's so many plant medicine teachers, other compounds, and the demons that you work with that will assist you in being able to go deep into this, to have these realizations, to go into meditation, go into ritual, journal about these things, and then find somebody that you can talk to about it. Like that is an important thing, is like having someone that you trust that you can talk to. If it's not a therapist, then maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a family member, like just someone that you trust that's not going to judge you, that's going to listen. And that's the most important thing. They can give you some feedback, and therapists are great giving you some feedback, but it doesn't even have to be that. Like, really, just talking about what is going on with you, getting it out. And you could do this with the spirits, man. Do an evocation of your favorite demon and make that your therapist. Really talk to them, read your journal out loud to them, because it needs to be expressed. It needs to be purged. You need to get that shit out. Like so much of everything, it all boils down to energy. Like you let enough fucked up, stagnant, negative energy build up inside of you, and guess how you're going to feel? You're going to feel it, especially if you're a person, if you're a witch, if you're a sorcerer, if you're a healer, if you're an energy worker. You don't think that you're not going to feel that shit. You don't think it's not going to affect you. It does, big time. Big time. And that's why it's like so important for people that are so sensitive like we are to energy, that we mind these things, that we take these things seriously, that we don't allow things to just build up and build up. That if there's a problem, if there's an issue, be brave enough to set boundaries, be brave enough to take a stand and say something. Don't allow people, to push you around. And that's another thing too. When I say don't allow people to push you around, okay? Like let's just say, all right, I'm gonna give you an example. And this is just an example off the top of my head. So let's say maybe like your best friend, one of your best friends that you've known for like 7 or 8 years, something like that, let's say. And let's say that you catch him going behind your back, maybe trying to like holler at your woman or steal your woman or some shit like that, right? Now, this is your friend, okay? You're not going to kick their ass. You can kick their ass if you want to. I don't suggest that. I never suggest violence as an answer for many different reasons. But and you also don't need to curse them either, right? You don't have to curse them unless you want to. But one thing that you do need to do is cut those cords with that person. send a message to them energetically before you do that as well. And that is a way of standing up for yourself. Like, don't just let it go. The last thing you want to do is to just let it go and not do anything about it and just be like, oh, well, fuck him. He's not in my life anymore. Fuck him. Don't just let it go. If you're a practitioner, you need to take actions and do what you know how to do from a metaphysical standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint. And a cord cutting would be just fine, right? If you want to get some revenge, if you want to hurt them, then go for it. But before you do that, cut those cords. The last thing that you want to do is curse someone that you have strong energetic cords with. Like, think about, like, if anyone's ever like cursed their, ex-lover, or cursed, someone that they had deep, deep feelings for, connection with, without first prior cutting and cauterizing those energetic cords, you're going to have a very good chance of having that curse that you sent to them come back and affect you, because you're still sharing energy. So it's imperative that you make sure that you take care of business first, that you don't put the cart before the horse, right? So make sure before you do anything, like, especially anything of like a nefarious nature, anything that has some very profound, dark, and nasty energy involved in it, that you have cut cords with that person first. You don't want it coming back on you, and it can. It can backfeed right onto you. So, like, that is something very, very important to consider there, y'all. I think that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it tonight. I've got, I think I'm getting like 5 rituals done tonight. I've got 4, either tomorrow night or 2 nights from now, depending on how hungover I am from doing these. I always have some pretty significant ritual hangover from these workings. But I'm going to go ahead and put Natos up. He's been chilling here with me. You're very welcome. Hey, Justin. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Clay. And anyone else. If I'm missing, I can't see anyone else right now. But you are all very welcome. And I love you guys so much. And thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you more than you know. You guys are really a huge lifeline for me. And being able to share this space, being able to share this energy, being able to share this information, just being here together is something that is very important to me. It's very special to me. I take it very seriously. I take it very personally. And I just want to let you all know that I have gratitude for you guys for being here. I love you. If I can do anything for you, let me know. I'll see you very soon. Don't forget to smell my face and smell it good. Hey, Nina. Hey, Cora. To smell my face and smell it good. Smell it real fucking good this time. For old time's sake. And I will catch you on the flip side. Hail Lucifer. Hail the Infernal Empire. Love you guys. Bye.